right, so here today what we're doing is hashtag Feast in a Jar 2023. It's hosted by Janet Homestead Where You Are. Janet's a great lady. She has a great channel, lots of good information. I encourage you to go check her out. For this collaboration, there's tons of great channels out there. I'll leave in a description box below what those channels are, what dates they're supposed to be coming out. And I encourage you to go over, like and share, and really put a heartfelt comment out, because on 6th of May at noon on Janet Homestead Where You Are's channel, there will be a giveaway. And the importance of the comments is that that's how the prizes are going to be given, that she will be given away, is based off the comments on the videos. If you happen along these channels and you like the content that they have, I encourage you to subscribe to them, because all these channels are great channels and they have a lot of good information. I would also encourage you that later on today, at some point in time, 9 Acre Family Farms is also putting out a video, and I encourage you to go take a look at them. Great channel, great people, lots of good information. So do give them a look. So moving into this is the feast in the jar that I'm going to do, and it's called Jumbled Soup. Okay, and I'll explain that in a minute, but let's go ahead and get the ingredients in first. Looks dirty, but it's not. It's because I've been filling jars. So here we go. So what you start with 1 cup of pasta. Now I use the baby shells. You could use ditalini, you could use elbow macaroni, you could use whatever you want to. I've just never used any of the others, so this is what I use. And then 1 cup of rice. So on the rice, you could use regular rice. I'm using minute rice because it's what I have right now on hand. But again, that's your choice. So then next we add 2 packages or pouches of 8.7 ounce or 0.87 ounces of brown gravy. I already emptied them and put them in the container for the video, so it was easier to do. But that goes in there. Shake your ingredients down. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. 2 tablespoons of oregano. Again, any of these items that you may not like. Oh, I got some chili powder still in. Any of these ingredients you may not like, you don't have to use. It's just what I'm using. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. And then we go into what I consider the dried ingredients. So 2 tablespoons of dried minced onion. 2 tablespoons of dried minced garlic. So as you can tell, it's filling up. So you need to make sure you're shaking this down, because you want it to layer and you also want it to all fit in there. So next we have 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Black crushed pepper is what I'm using. And then 1/2 teaspoon of, we use kosher salt. 2 tablespoons of bacon bits. Those go in there. And then for the flavoring, you're going to use, added flavoring, I should say. I use 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon. And then this, to me, is one of the key ingredients. Now, I have a tomato bouillon. It's 2 tablespoons. Whoops. You could just throw it in there like I did. That adds a rich depth of flavor that you won't get from the other ingredients. Okay? So there we go. So at this point, I would put my lid on. Now, I would suggest, if you aren't going to use it that often, you want to, for long-term storage, you're going to want to vacuum seal, or somehow you're going to want to protect that. I use this because we go through it too fast. So, but what I did want to give you is the look at the jar. As you can see, it's all layered. You see it very well. There's the pasta, the rice, and then the spices go on up into the lid. Okay, so that's a great jar. It's ready. So what you're going to do with that, let me get this so it holds up. It keeps wanting to fall. So what you're going to do with that, you're going to, when you're ready to serve it, so you're going to pull out this container, and then you're on the side, you're going to brown up 1.5 pounds of ground beef in a soup pot, your choice. Just make sure it's big enough to hold all this. You're going to add the ground beef. You're going to add 5 cups of beef broth, 3 cups of water, 1 15-ounce can of whole kernel corn that's been drained. Then you're going to add 1 15-ounce can of red kidney beans and 1 15-ounce can of cannellini beans. Now, that you can use canned. If you use canned, you want them to be drained and rinsed. If you use where you've dried and made your own beans, you can use those. Those are fine. And then finally, you're going to use a 28-ounce can, or 29, depending on which brand you're buying, of tomato sauce. And then you're going to mix it together. You're going to bring it to a boil, but you need to watch that because it will have a tendency to stick, the rice and the pasta. So you want to make sure that's not happening. Once it comes to a boil, put it down on low, and you're going to let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes. It's taking usually about 25 minutes. So there you go. And again, don't forget, this is #Feast in a Jar 2023. And it's hosted by Janet at Homestead Where You Are. Her giveaway will be May 6th at noon Pacific Standard Time on her channel, and the winners will be chosen from the comments, okay, on each of these videos. Again, I'll have a listing of all that information down in the description box. So thank you again, Janet, for inviting us. We appreciate it, and I hope everybody finds a good use. Remember, this type of thing can be manipulated however you want to by your flavors, but this is what we chose to do. So wish you luck, and see you on the next one. Bye.